Hey guys, welcome back to Casual Commander. I'm Chris.
And I'm Tim.
And it has been a while, but I think it's about time that we actually bring it back. And that is Fringe Commanders.
This is the longest I've ever seen Chris go without pitching that as an idea for an episode.
Tim, do you understand the last time we did a Fringe Commander?
I just said this is the longest I've heard you go without pitching that as an idea.
Yeah, it was August of last year that we did a Fringe Commander. It has almost been a full year since we've done a Fringe Commander.
Okay, almost in terms of a year. It's been 9 months.
9 months. That's a long time when we were doing
Is
them
it?
quarterly.
Well, yeah, because one, we switched it up, and two,
This is our
never
bread
mind.
and butter, brother.
It's not our bread and butter.
That's our bread and butter.
It's our
It's
fallback.
our bread and butter, all right? So, for those of you who are new and learning what Fringe Commanders is, essentially Tim and I go to EDHREC and we hit random until we find a commander that has less than 150 decks. And then we talk about him, how we would build them, are they even worth building, and go from there. So it kind of just evolves into us comparing them to Lord Magnus, who, without a doubt, is one of the best Fringe commanders we've ever seen.
Did
But
he even have an ability? I don't even remember
Lord,
what
yeah,
he
he
does.
gets rid of Island Walk or
Oh, that's
Plane Walk or
right.
something like that. That's all he does.
That's so stupid.
He's so good. What a great card.
Oh my god.
So, but anyway, before we get into that, uh, Tim, you've been gone for a couple weeks.
I have, yeah. I don't think anyone noticed, but I wasn't here.
Where were you,
Um,
buddy?
so we had a fun Euro trip that we did. We hit up France, Switzerland, and Italy. Um, I did not want to come back. We thought about missing our flight and just being all like, "Oopsies, guess we're stuck here." Um, but it was a lot of fun. We started off in Paris. We flew into Paris, saw some sights. We did what we thought was going to be a wine tour, and it ended up being a chateau tour. That at the end they gave you a little bit of wine,
That's
so
still pretty darn cool.
it was really cool. It like I say that because we found it funny to like the whole time we were like, when are we getting wine? But we're going to like these gorgeous chateaus and the whole time we're walking through this place and we're like, kind of get the French Revolution. Like,
I
we
get the
understand.
French Revolution.
Like I see how they came up with the guillotine.
Oh my
Like
god.
they are look up like Chateau de Chambord. It's insane, man. This place is the chateau itself is bonkers. It's unreal. It's what they based the uh um Beauty and the Beast castle after.
Mm-hmm.
And two, if you look at the chateau, that's not the entirety of the property. The entirety of the property is the size of Paris. So this king just was like, I want this place to be my hunting lodge. And you know what? I'd like it to be, at the time, bigger than the capital. And he just did that and could do that and then like filled it with like all this crap. Like it's insane. They opulence was off the charts. It was really cool to see. Crazy.
I
Uh
cannot wait to walk through. I mean, if I'm going here, I'm obviously covered in powder wearing a pompadour.
oh yeah, yeah. The whole time you're just like, oh my.
Oh my.
I guess you have to. I did a British accent, but it would have to be French. Like, oh, ho, ho.
Someone
Look at
followed us
these
for that?
peasants.
Someone followed us for that?
Oh, thanks for the
Thanks
follow.
for the follow.
Oh,
Anyway.
it's Jay Sanders. That's JB.
Oh, hey, JB. So, all
Um,
right. Well, you were there for what? About 2.5 weeks?
yeah, yeah. Well, no, one and a
1.5 weeks.
almost 2 weeks. It was
And
it was it was 12 full days.
didn't you
Hey JB, what's
also
up?
didn't you also just have a New Zealand trip last October?
Okay, well that was our honeymoon, my
Yeah,
guy.
well,
So like it's
still,
don't call it a New Zealand trip as if it's just like
still.
um So yeah, so then we did a bunch of different stuff in Paris, ate a lot of food, drank a lot of wine. Paris is awesome. Anyone who tells you that they're like stuck up snobs and are rude all the time was probably being a jerk themselves. They were the nicest people. Like we had everyone we spoke to was just super nice and chill. The food was amazing. The wine was like $7 a bottle. It's insane.
Oh wow.
Then we went to Switzerland, and Switzerland was the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of price. Same end of the spectrum in terms of like everyone was the nicest person we've talked to. But Switzerland was expensive. It is a really cool place, super picturesque. It is tough to, yeah. Like look at this crap.
That's Chateau de Neuschwanstein.
Oh, we didn't see that one, but like, there's a lot of that stuff in these chateaus.
I have a feeling they filmed like Amadeus inside of this castle.
Yeah, probably. Amadeus, Amadeus. So Switzerland was amazing. Food was really good. Super cheese heavy. If you are lactose intolerant, this is not your land. You will die. But like everything else was amazing. We got to go to like this thermal like hot spring, like this natural hot spring up in the mountains in Lucerne, and the spa was like it was a big pool full of like hot spring water. So like the water was like 90, right? So you're in there, you're just making a soup of people, and then outside, like above you, like was all I don't know, like 30 or not 30, like 48 to 50 degrees. So like you got the hot and the cold, you got a little cold, you just do a little dunk, and then you come back up, and it started like just slightly raining, and it was perfect, man. It was so cool. That was probably my favorite part. The prodigal son returns. It's me. It's your boy.
He's probably, honestly, that's probably an exact replica of his room in Switzerland. I don't think you actually came back.
Yeah, I'm surprised I did, frankly.
The whole time, I kid you not, you were sending these beautiful like Snapchat vistas, like
Yes.
5 a day of different parts of the Alps. And the entire time, I was like that, like one kid, like the meme of that kid, like looking real frumpy, but it says like, good for you, so happy for you, right? That was me. There was a morning that you sent like the Swiss Alps from your hot tub. And I just hear in the background, so effing beautiful. And I almost sent you a picture of my bathroom wall from me on the toilet, like a panorama of, guys, check out my view. And it would have just been the bathroom. Because that's the
funny.
most exciting thing that I did while you were gone.
Yeah, that sucks for you.
Anyway. All right. Well, Tim, welcome back. I'm very happy you're here. You talking about it is making me mad again.
I was gonna say you're not even gonna let me finish.
I'm so happy for you, but we should talk magic.
And then we went to Milan, and it was cool, and we ate a lot of food and drank wine, and then I got to see a Serie A game.
Okay, what else do you do in Milan?
Wine tours, eat a lot of food. I eat, pray, loved across Europe, Chris.
Apparently did. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, you sound so happy for me.
I'm so happy. All right, let's get some Fringe Commanders up in here.
Let's do it.
So, the rules. Less than 150 decks and no partners. Unless it's a singular partner, I think, is what we had done.
Yeah, as long as it shows up by itself. Or, no, I think we ruled out any partners, right?
Oh, did we?
At all?
Okay.
I think it was any partner.
Any partner. So here we go. We're already starting strong.
Oh, God.
All right. So let's make sure we haven't done this one before. We have not. So it's Rasad in Bashir. He has a background. Like, do we do one that says choose a background?
Yeah, I think that's...
Is that the same as partner, or call that okay?
Let's call that okay. One, because nobody uses backgrounds, and
What are you talking
two...
about? Everyone uses backgrounds.
Name one person that's used backgrounds ever.
I'm already past.
Okay. Man, you're just
That's a
cruising
partner.
through.
I'm seeing. I'm looking at the total number of decks. Here we go. Daughter of Autumn.
Of course, it looks like a fucking
Yeah.
legend.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about a good card. Daughter of Autumn. Have we done this one? No, we haven't. It's gonna go right before Dong Zhao.
I forgot about Dong Zhao. I think a
Myojin.
Fringe Commander is Myojin of Knight's Reach. It has 20 decks total. If we come across it, maybe.
We've done 3. So the idea, Tyler, is we random, so we don't just find specific ones. We have
Oh,
done
yeah.
2 Myojins, actually.
Have
So
we?
a third would be, we've done Myojin of Life's Web and Myojin of Towering Might.
Oh,
Daughter
interesting.
of Autumn. Let me document it here in our D's.
Right after Dong Zhao.
Right before,
Was he?
it's alphabetical.
Or, okay, whatever.
Why is this all spaced funny? What the heck?
Yo, she look like she screams at teachers at a PTA meeting.
You think so?
Just her look.
That's true. Know what she looks like? She looks like the woman that would come to like your elementary school and read books once a month and then just like dip out.
I did not. We went to very different elementary schools.
Okay. Well, why don't I read her out? 2 white for a 2/4 legend. I actually don't know what she is. She's probably human.
I would imagine, yeah.
A quick MTG from Homelander.
She is
an avatar. She's a god. Her ability is 1 white, so just a white pip. Redirect to Daughter of Autumn. 1 damage dealt to a white creature. Okay, and it's in the
where do we go from
flavor
here?
text is those who say that Sarah is dead have never met the Autumn Willow's daughters. They are as kind, as generous as Sarah would wish us to be. I mean, this is a stuffy doll deck, right?
Right. You just build full white creatures. You give her indestructible, and then you go to the races.
Mm-hmm.
But the worst part, Chris, is you have to pay 1 white per every 1 damage. This is crap. You need like 8 mana to stop something or to stop a decent amount of things.
Well, that's why if you look at high synergy cards, literally the very first card is Nomad's Encore, who for 0. Basically, what you could do in this particular situation is force Nomad's Encore to be unblockable or like have to be blocked, right? Like there's ways that you can say all creatures able to block so and so must do so. And then with Nomads of Encore, you can
Nomad's Encore.
Nomad's Encore. You can like target. You could use that ability. She has a very similar ability as like Nomads, right? So sure, it takes a white mana, but there's a bunch of different things that like Stuffy Doll or Pariah or other things like Warrior Encore that can do like all of the Encores kind of do similar functionality.
I apologize. I corrected you before I knew how it was spelled. I thought it was Nomad apostrophe S Encore. No, it's like Nomad's Encore.
Oh
my
bad.
bad.
God, Tim.
I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry.
I was like,
Nomad's
why are you correcting
Encore.
me? Anyway, but this is kind of the thing of the Encore, right? That's what they do. They're meant to redirect damage. I don't know why that's an ability that was very popular back in the day. But anyway.
But again, this one at least costs 0, right?
Sure. But Tim, don't forget, you're in green. You're rampant.
Yeah, but yes, you're right. I just don't. How many decks does this have? Is it sub 100?
It has 34.
34. That's kind of high, in my opinion.
High. It's a Homelands rare.
A Homelands rare. I don't even. Oh, Homelands is the set. Okay.
So the interesting thing about it is, like, you obviously don't want to put any kind of, like, green creature in it.
Yeah, you only want white creatures, other than her.
Unless you can get green creatures that are indestructible.
Or I guess you could have like Sultani.
Yeah, they need to be either multicolored or white.
Yeah, they
Or
have to have.
indestructible with green. Something that protects
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm looking at
I
tags.
don't know, man.
Oh, this is hilarious. The tags on this are +1/+1 counters, which doesn't make sense. Wizards, which doesn't make sense. Avatars, which, okay, sure.
Somewhat.
You could do Avatar Willow. Like, I love it. Like, Avatar Daughter of Autumn. She's just a chick. And then another Avatar is like Avatar of the Resolute. Just a giant hulking behemoth of a monster. Could you imagine going to, like, Avatar summer camp and, you know, Evra Halisson Witness shows up like a floating god creature, and then there's Daughter of Autumn like, yo, what's up? I brought an apple.
Hope's like, fiber, bitch.
That's fiber in an apple.
There's fiber in an apple. There's tons of fiber in an
That's
apple.
straight sugar.
Well, okay, it's fiber and sugar.
Fiber sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this.
It's beautiful.
Like,
I think it's hilarious.
it seems like it's terrible.
I think it's hilarious. I think this is a great card. I don't think it's a good... let me rephrase that. I don't think it's a good card.
It's a funny card.
It is a funny card. It's a card that, like, you would roll up to your commander game and be like, yo, check this out.
She really does, like, give off the vibe. I like your description better. Like, the lady who comes to school and reads books, and she just has, like, the most heinous morning breath.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't believe you didn't have somebody like that. Like, we had someone, maybe it was something specific to my school district, but she would travel around to elementary and middle schools, and, like, we would have, like, a monthly reading time with her.
If we did, I don't remember that, and so it must have stopped, like, early on.
Sure.
But, like, I also went to a Catholic school, and we had people reading at us. They were nuns.
Yeah, you didn't read. You were read at, and it was only scripture.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did have the Scholastic Book Fair, though. That shit fucked.
Oh yeah, my son just had one.
Oh, did he? Did he love it?
Oh yeah, he brought home like 5 books.
Oh, that's Evie's boy.
That's my boy. He one of them was a monster truck shaped too. It was pretty darn cool.
That tracks.
It sure does track.
He loves monster trucks.
He sure does. All right, Daughter of Autumn. Right. Tim, you building it?
No. Next question.
Okay. All right, you random now. You let me know who you find.
I was sort of until we got to yours. Oh God damn it.
Yes, I'm excited. What is it?
Well, let's see if we haven't done it before. It's Torsten von Ursus. So stupid.
We haven't.
It's good because it's fucking terrible.
Look at that art.
It's so bad. Yes. Let me read it out.
Vanilla. Legends Vanilla.
It's a Legends Vanilla. It's Torsten von Urstus. 3 white, green for a 5/5, and that's fucking it. How would you build this, Chris?
Well, Tim, you have so many options. Apparently, we're only doing Selesnya this week.
Oh, yeah, I said Sultani. What was Sultani? What's up?
Sultani?
Earlier, I said Sultani. Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm going to have to Google that.
Isn't that black, green, blue?
That's Sultai.
Sultani.
I think I just made up a word, Sultani.
Sultani.
Anyway.
It's an Ottoman gold coin.
Ah, yes, that was what I was thinking of.
Yes. I didn't realize you went to Turkey.
Yeah, this hair is not real.
Well, obviously, on Torsten von Ursus, I need you to read the flavor, because that really makes the card.
Okay. How can you accuse me of evil? I thought these deeds be unsavory. Or no, though these deeds be unsavory, no one will argue good shall follow from them. Yeesh, that's
sweet. The ends justify the means, Tim.
Yeah, and that's never been abused.
So let's see what he is, because it's so old.
Assuming he's a human.
Let's see. He is a human soldier. Well, there you go. You built Soldier Tribal. That was an easy job, buddy.
What is... He doesn't
Tribal.
do anything for Soldier Tribal.
He brings the colors.
Oh, neat. As if that's all I needed.
Righto.
Wow. I have such a hard time finding a Soldier Tribal card that's Selesnya. Oh, whatever shall I do? You know what? I think I'll use this 5/5. It doesn't even pass the fucking bear test.
Neither did the previous one.
He's a soldier. He should be able to beat a bear.
What? Have you been following this whole debate going around 100 people versus a bear? Or 100
No, it's a gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we do need to pause. I don't tend to buy into TikTok trends. 100 people would just be... The cage would be littered with corpses. That gorilla would massacre them.
No question.
Unless they were given tools, but if it's just a fist fight, absolutely.
No question.
No question.
No question. That monkey is ripping people limb from limb.
My friend sent me a video that was like, it was a gorilla and he had a coconut and he just cracked it. And everyone was like, what the fuck?
That's a skull. That's a skull.
That's harder than a skull, probably.
That's a skull. That's like 2 skulls. He's going to be playing our brains out. He's going to be hitting our heads together like the coconuts from Monty Python.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know, man.
Oh, anyway.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure Torsten von Ursus came straight out of a medieval times in his current attire.
He absolutely did. He was fighting in the red and black corner. You've got chicken leg juice dripping off your face on your little bread plate. Your flag and a veil.
Your little bread plate. Your blinking straw full of Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Very authentic.
Medieval Coke Zero.
Very authentic.
Ye olden soft drink.
Ye olden Sprite. Do you think those wings actually help him fly? You know?
No.
You know who he looks like? Like he straight up looks like Dr. Robotnik. Look at that mustache.
Kind of does.
Look at that mustache.
He's a little more in shape than Dr. Robotnik, but
Early Doctor.
Early Doctor, sure.
Early Doctor. Or maybe, you know what? He looks like Snidely Whiplash if Snidely Whiplash was knighted.
He kind of looks a little like Waluigi, too.
I think...
With like the...
Yeah. I think we're just stereotyping men with long, curly mustaches.
He's definitely said "have at thee" at least 4 times in his life.
Easily. I'll take that over.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Like this is
great. We didn't even talk about the card. There's
nothing to talk about.
Tim, is this better than Magnus?
Magnus gives you a thing, right? He gives you nothing. He is worse than Magnus. I never thought we'd see the day.
But Magnus is only a 4/3.
How much does he cost?
6.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
But he does have first strike. Magnus.
Yeah, this guy doesn't even have first strike.
He's a 5/5. It's more than Magnus. He beat Magnus.
I guess, but like at what cost?
It would cost a Lord Magnus. Like that's pretty.
Oh, boo-hoo! He went to my graveyard. He was doing fuck all anyway. Like, what matter? It's Lord Magnus. He wasn't providing anything to my board state.
What
he
if
was
your
there.
opponents had Forest Walk? What if you were fighting a Chatterfang deck? Lord Magnus says,
Lord Magnus would get taken down by 3 of your squirrels. It's like it's not even a contest.
No, he wouldn't. I would need 4 squirrels because
You said he's a 4/3, right?
He has first strike.
No, you don't. You sacrifice them to give them -X, -X.
Man, but in straight combat, I would need 7 squirrels.
It's true. That's so stupid.
It's combat. If I were just a block Lord Magnus, I need 7 squirrels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. OP.
It really is. I'm looking at some of the synergy cards, and it's like commons. It's it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
For
It's high
Torsten.
synergy. I don't know.
Synergy
A card.
Any card.
A basic land.
I'm looking at these high synergy cards. Cultivate.
There's no point in playing this card.
This is the algorithm just being like, I don't fucking know. Just whatever's good. Yeah, don't play Torsten von Ursus. I'll just be straight with you guys.
In our list, can we just highlight the
More
ones
legends!
that are just...
More legends!
Oh my god. God damn it. I
Have we done her? I just him.
Lady Evangela?
Lady Evangela. We haven't done her. Okay.
Or what does she do?
We've done a lot of L's.
Okay, she's actually not terrible.
Black, blue, white for a 1/2 summon legend. What is she? Probably an elf, maybe? Human cleric. So she's got some
Okay.
kindred synergy there.
Potentially.
And then black and a white and tapper. Target creature does no damage during combat this turn. So she shuts down, equipment decks.
She's not bad.
She actually has decent synergy, and the fact that she's in Esper, there's a ton of stuff in there.
Yeah.
This is the most. It's got 116 decks, which for a Legends card actually isn't that bad.
Yeah, that might be the most of a Legends card that we've seen.
Lord Mackenzie, or Angus Mackenzie, certainly has way more, but.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Rework Soraka from League. She looks like this.
Minus the hair.
Yeah, Lady Evangela looks like she rocks out to Evanescence. Wake me up inside.
But her staff definitely looks a lot like Soraka from League.
It does. Wasn't Soraka purple?
Yeah. I actually rework Soraka.
I thought she was purple.
She is purple, yeah.
And a goat, yeah. I like Soraka.
And a goat.
When I played League back in season 1, 2, and 3, I played a lot of Soraka.
Yeah.
So
what? If this lady were just a little bit more goat.
So honestly, Cleric Kindred, there's something that can work there. I've seen other decks based around Cleric Kindred that actually kind of work.
I think that's fair, but can I just say, I don't think saying something has synergy should count if the only synergy is the name of the card. Like, if you're saying it's a creature type, you're like, oh, it's got cleric synergy. If the only synergy is the fact that it's a cleric, that's not a good synergy.
I mean,
depends.
It depends on the. I don't want to say tribe. It depends on the kindred. So
I guess, yeah. Slivers, I can't make that argument.
Yeah,
but
Eldrazi, you can't make that argument.
Yeah. But clerics might have some stuff going on for her. I just think at least she gives you something, right? Some of these legends.
Sure.
She
has a benefit. And I think the best way to really play this character is a control-y combat deck where you get to dictate what happens in combat.
Yeah. You need to do some untapping.
You got to have untapping. You got to have some fog effects.
Mm-hmm.
I think a really good card in this one is Maze of Ith, which they have in the high synergy cards. Mother of Runes, Darkness, things that are really going to let you control what happens in combat.
Yeah. I hate Esper control, but I think that's like really the only way you can play her. Like she is Esper control, right? Like
she is by and far the Esper control.
yeah.
I also have a spot in my heart for the old tap symbol before the curved arrow, when it was just like a 45-degree angle T.
Yeah. It's tap.
Tap.
Although this symbol is probably why people think that you only tap like that and not
that's
full
entirely
90.
what it is. And guess what? The T is to the right, Tim.
Look, I think we need to take a poll. Who taps left? Who taps right?
No one taps left.
You can't say that word. You can't say that.
One person,
That's a generalization that doesn't hold up in court.
One person taps left, and that person is objectively wrong.
That one person and all of the people that he taught how to play. So.
No, that's oh god.
Just saying.
Read Lady Evangelist's flavor text.
When Milady was young, the sight of a rainbow would fill her soul with peace. As she grew, she learned to share her rapture with others. That's not really where I thought that was going with Esper.
Esper's very happy.
No, it's not.
They get to be in control.
No, it's not. Esper is the color of Zur. No one gets to be happy.
Maybe not in the game, but in universe, Zur is loving life.
Maybe. He might be that, but he's like the kind of like he's loving life because no one else is loving life.
Doesn't
right?
matter.
Like misery loves company.
Sounds like a cleric to me.
Sure. All right. She's at least so far the best one we've seen
today, sure. But like you can see here, like there's tons of clerics that you can slot into a deck, right? Like Edgewalker, 1 white black for a 2/2 cleric. Clerics cost 1 white and 1 black less to play. Like that's just okay, easy money. Now Lady Evangela is literally a single black pip. Or a blue pip. She's a single blue pip. Mother of Runes. You like it's another one of your control, Soul Warden, Rot Lung Reanimator.
Yeah.
So it's another one of those like I'm gonna be a control deck. Which in Esper, that's kind of what a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Tons of clerics. Tons of really good clerics. Oh my god, I didn't know that. I didn't realize Grand Abolisher was a cleric.
It kind of makes sense when you say it, but yeah.
Yo, look at this dope Celestial Gatekeeper, Christopher Molier. What an awesome art. Really doesn't pass the bear test, but that's a cool art. I love all these arts. I love old school art. I love old Magic art. It's just so good.
Well, I agree.
The clerics actually have decent synergy. Like they are a solid tribe.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to say that they weren't.
Mm-hmm. Scion of Darkness is an avatar. Oh, that's cool. Reminds you of the good old days. Absolutely. Clerics go back, for sure.
Before my time, I'm a youngin'.
What set did you start, Tim? When did I start getting you playing? Like Ikoria-ish?
I think Ikoria was the first box I bought. Mm-hmm. But I think it was Zendikar.
Oh, like Zendikar Rising?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just hadn't started buying cards yet.
Did I get you somewhere? Did we go somewhere and that's how you started playing? Oh no, you came over to my house and just decided to play Magic one day.
Yeah, it was COVID. We were like, we were just begging for like human interactions. Please, and you're like, do you want to come over and play Magic? And I was like, I want to see people.
So Ikoria came out before Zendikar. Maybe it was Theros. Maybe you started learning about Magic in Theros.
Maybe it was Theros.
But you know why? Because Theros was the first. That came out like I think like February of 2020. Because
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah, that sounds right.
Theros was the last pre-release that I went to before everything shut down. Ikoria was the first one to not have a pre-release.
Yeah. I do remember buying a box of Theros after I bought a box of Ikoria, because I bought Ikoria. I really liked Ikoria. I thought Mutate was really cool, and then I started playing it, and I was like, oh, this is this is not great.
I love Mutate, man. We can talk about it all
It's
day.
we absolutely could. I wanted so much more from it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Um,
You ready to hit that
yeah.
random?
Yeah, I found one, but I don't know. It sounds like one we've done before, so I need you to check.
Okay.
Zergo Bell Striker.
No, we have not. But
We
also,
haven't. Okay.
we actually talked about him recently on our Discord. I'm surprised that he does not have. Uh, I'm surprised that he doesn't have 150 decks.
It's got 100 even.
Hmm.
Do these numbers get change at all other than go up? Like, do they remove old decks?
I doubt it.
Okay. All right. Well, at any rate, Zergo Bell Striker costs 1 red for a 2/2. Passes the bear test. Orc Warrior. Zergo Bell Striker can't block creatures with power 2 or greater. And he's got dash for 1 in a red.
So this guy, when Tarkir was in standard, was a powerhouse for
I could see
aggro,
that.
for red aggro.
Yeah. I
'Cause-
mean, 2 mana to guarantee 2 damage on turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's pretty good.
Yes, but the idea is you just kept dashing them in, dashing them in, dashing them in. It's just a great
Sure.
way to, red doesn't care. Red deck wins. Just is about pumping the damage. If you cast him on turn 1, great. You can attack him turn 2. If you dash him in turn 2, he's never a bad draw in a standard red deck wins burn.
Yeah.
For Commander, different story. Because Dash kind of... I mean, it's kind of nice. Honestly, like... how does...
Dashing, I think, does trigger command tax, right?
Yes, it does. But the nice part is after that is he returns to your hand and then he goes back to being 1 in a red.
Sure, yeah.
So if you can figure out a way to just keep dashing him, he never goes back to the command zone. If you can figure out a way to buff him or attack heavily or make him unblockable.
You'd probably need some, like, I don't know if they have any enchantments like that in just red, that, like, the ones that return card to your hand if it would die, or return to the battlefield if it would die. The one I'm thinking, what is it, Kaya's Ghost Form?
Undying.
That's black, yeah. Or Undying, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is he's mono red.
Exactly, right. Like that's I think really limiting him. This kind of card to me is not a good commander card. This is a good you have 4 of them card, right?
He's legendary, so you don't want 4 of them.
No, but 4 in the deck, right? So you can dash him in, then he returns, dash him in again.
Sure, but you can only dash 1 a turn.
Sure. Well, no, you could. Well, yeah, I guess if he
legendary.
dashed and left, he stayed on there. But like I'm thinking, if he dashed and died, you could dash another one.
Sure. I think what EDHREC is recommending, I think building this at Voltron deck is the best way to go about it. Mostly equipments, right? Maybe he can work with like a Perforos. I could definitely see him becoming part of like a Goblin deck where you just drop down Big Daddy P and just pump in goblins or pump in dash or just get a ton of ETB effects and just ping the whole table down.
But does he? Would there be any reason to have him at the helm for that deck?
The question becomes, why not just run Big Daddy P as your commander?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I don't see a reason why you would run Zergo Bellstriker as your commander. Unless
I don't
you like him. I mean, he's got a sweet 6-pack. Look at that.
Okay.
And now he's in charge of Mardu. Like he's the clan leader of Mardu.
Yeah,
So like he's kind of cool, right? He's from Tarkir. There's sweet dragons behind him.
that's true.
Uh
Yeah,
so
I
so
I he- he's in the 99 for me. He's not the commander.
agreed. I think
Yeah.
so. I think if you wanted to build him, you have to figure out a way. I mean, to be able to cast him on turn 1 and then just start pumping him with cheap artifacts or equipment or something like that. Like that's really the benefit of this guy if you play him as your commander is he's in turn 1.
I think that is a good benefit, but like unless you're playing CEDH, like you're not doing anything with him on turn 1.
That's
And
fine,
sure
but
you
then turn 2 you play a 1 mana equipment and you put it on him. And then turn 3 you play a 2 mana equipment and you put it on him. And so you just get this like eventually he gets to a point where he's a 10-10 first strike indestructible, you know what I mean? That's
Sure.
Tron. That's the Tron
Yeah.
deck. And
Yeah.
so he could, I think there is potential for him to be an equipment based Tron deck. At this point, right? There's no difference for me playing him versus like a Yoshimaru.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like his main benefit is his cost.
Correct. And I think that with red, you get a lot better of the Voltron style pump spells.
Yeah.
You know, white I would compare this guy to Yoshimaru. That's that or Yoshimaru. I think it's Yoshimaru. The one that's just a
I think
flat
that's right.
2/2.
Yeah, yeah, the good boy.
The good boy. So, like compare him to Yoshimaru. So obviously Zergo has the downside of can't block.
Hmm.
But he's not blocking anyway.
No, he's turning left all day.
Oh my god. Why do you torture me like this? Why do you, Tim? I don't.
Well, now that I know it bothers you.
Mm. He's wheeling and dealing.
Yes. I just there you can't make any argument to play him for Voltron equipment that you wouldn't just immediately get quashed by Rogok, son of Rogoth, or whatever his name is.
Roger. Just call him
Roger.
Everyone knows him as Roger. And I wouldn't be surprised if Roger is a recommended card in here. Let me see. It's Rograk, by the way.
Okay. Nerd.
I have a deck with him. He's actually not a recommended creature, but there's Big Daddy P.
I mean, Perforos makes sense. If you're building this deck not because you want to build the optimal deck, you're building this because you want to build a cool deck with a cool commander at the helm. Like that's it.
I mean, isn't that the entire purpose of this entire series? To be like, look at this cool guy, so you don't just build another Ragavan deck.
That's fair, yeah.
And so that's why I'm trying to be like, hey, look, this guy's kind of interesting, and we like, okay, I get it. Like, let's shit on the legends. You know,
yeah,
like,
they're not redeemable.
They're not redeemable. Well, the previous Lady Evangeline was.
Oh, sure, yeah, she was
right?
fine.
Lady Wake Me Up Inside was pretty good. And like Zergo Bellstriker, if I saw him against me, like I would be like, I'm kind of interested.
I like the dash too. That's next end step. I was gonna say multiple combats would be cool.
Sure. You absolutely could do multiple combats with this guy. Like, if you could just keep you dash him in, you have something that gives another combat. You swing with him twice. He goes back to hand.
Yep.
That's a deal. There's a ton of red cards that are like double creature's power. So you dash for cheap. So you dash him in, you pump him up, you get like a Torbrand out, you get a Fiery Emancipation out. He's swinging for 12 damage every turn. And then at your end step, he returns to your hand, so he's hard to interact with.
Yeah.
Like that's, if you build the deck right, I think he can work.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's
absolutely
that's what I want to get across from Fringe Commanders is, you know, he can work. And if you wanted to build him, he could be cool.
Yeah.
Tim forgot what Fringe Commanders is all about. It's about the card,
Look,
Tim. It's about
look, I'm not gonna sit here and just like ignore the fact that there are more optimal cards out there.
Sure, but why is it always about building the optimal card?
Coming from the Johnny himself, the
What do you
Johnny to
mean?
end all Johnnies.
What do you mean?
You don't build anything that's not fully optimized. I need to make. Does this have 3 synergies in it? I need to optimize all my interactions. Brr, 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 brr.
That's a lie.
That is okay.
That's a lie.
Anyone who's played a game against you knows that that is not a lie.
I build with my feelings.
Yeah, and your feelings are math.
Shut up.
Statistics.
It's a partner. I like math and statistics, okay? All right. I'm in random. My last one. Let's see. Well, it's not going to be Kaikar. I'll tell you that much. Come on. I'm hitting random. Ugh. We're not doing another Legends. That's enough Legends.
Good.
We're not doing
Good. Yeah. 3 was enough.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Harold and Bob, First Newmans. This is from Fallout, which surprised there hasn't been. How do you spell it?
Harold and Bob.
So it's after Halfdene. Okay. 2 and a green for a 3/3 Tree Folk Mutant. Vigilance and Reach. When Harold and Bob, First Newmans dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield. It's an aura enchantment with Enchant Forest you control, and Enchant Forest has tap, add 3 mana of any one color. You get 2 rad counters. Harold and Bob loses all other abilities. So do you remember this story from Fallout?
Is this from Fallout 3 when you find Oasis?
This is, I think so, where there's a mutant that was like grew into a tree.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you find Oasis and like, yeah, and you can either like save him or kill him.
Burn the tree, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got 98 decks. It's 50 cents. I mean, it passes the bear test.
It does pass the bear test. It's I like it, but it feels like it just off the bat, it is to me better in the 99. Because like this is your commander, right? And if you're just gonna lose them to buff up 1 forest as an enchantment, yeah, you get 3 mana of any one color, and then you get 2 rad counters. So you have some synergy with like self mill, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of the way you would have to build it, right? Is self mill, but like
Sure.
mono green self mill is not the best.
I mean, it's okay.
Terrible, but
It's not terrible. I mean, the 3 mana is really nice.
he was an early cut from the Mothman deck for me. Yeah, like I couldn't remember which one he was from, but it makes sense that he was in the Mothman deck. And in Mothman, he seems good, right? Like you want the rad counters with Mothman,
Sure.
but he's not super strong, and he's ramp. You know, he's ramp and a little bit of self mill.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if he had like a 6 for his butt instead of 3, he's a tree folk, right? Typically, tree folk tend to have big booties. So, like, I feel like the 3/3, I'd rather him be like a 2/5 or a 2/6.
I could see that, yeah.
You know what I mean? But to make him a 3/3, actually, I think hurts him.
And he would like lose the synergy with tree folk, right? Like tree folk's not a super represented kindred, but like if you were trying to go that route, he loses that, right? Because he loses all of his abilities. When he becomes an enchantment, is he still a tree folk mutant enchantment?
He loses all other abilities.
But not types.
He is an aura enchantment. He is an aura. I'm not sure actually. He's not a creature still. I think he is an R enchantment tree folk mutant.
I think so, yeah.
I think he's a legendary R enchantment. He might not be legendary. I'm gonna look this up. Harold and Bob First Newmans.
I'm reading the rulings now. I haven't seen anything. Most of it is about rad counters.
I'm reading it. Okay. Creature becoming an aura enchantment. So okay, so that's kind of how bestow works, right?
Mm. I don't know. This one's tough for me because like I would think that you could try and find a way that like works, I don't know, either with enchantments or with rad counters or something like that. Like maybe you're proliferating. But then you're just only proliferating the rad counters on yourself. So unless you have a way of like utilizing them, it's kind of a downside.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not actually like a bestow. It's a weird one. I agree with you. I think he's better in the 99 of like
Yeah.
Mothman deck, and even then,
Yeah.
he's not that good of a card.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised he would be the first one that the JB cut from, because like or an early cut.
Make him a 2/6, and then we're talking.
Yeah.
Make him a tree. What's a tree? How is a tree 3 times stronger than an average man?
Well, that's true. You ever tried punching a tree?
Yeah. It's called karate.
Karate.
Karate. All right, Tim, hit us with our last one.
Okay, I was hitting it in the background. That sounded weird.
Okay.
And I got Pia Nalar. Have we had her before?
Really? We have not had a single P.
Okay, first one.
I can't believe we've never had Pia Nalar. That surprises me. She's a pretty... Oh, shoot. Don't turn that into boxes. Oh,
I think I'm surprised that she's only got 33 decks.
That's what I mean. Like, she's a pretty well-established character in Magic lore, Pia Nalar.
I mean, this is just like the straight Pia Nalar. 2 in a red for a 2/2 human artificer. When Pia Nalar enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact, creature token with flying. Pay 1 in a red. Target artifact creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Pay 1, sacrifice an artifact. Target creature can't block this turn. I mean, obviously you build her Thopters or you build her artifacts. The thing I think that doesn't quite work with her is she's mono red. For Thopters, probably not the right color.
No, Thopters are certainly a blue.
Yeah.
But there's a couple cards that work with Thopters.
Sure, yeah, and Thopters themselves are colorless, and a lot of things that like interact with them tend to be artifacts that are colorless. But she herself is. It's only when an ETB when you get the Thopter, so you have to find a way to make more copies, or make more Thopters with other cards.
I mean, why are we going Thopters, right? Like, there are tons of other artifacts. Like, forget the 1/1 Thopter she makes. Whatever. You make 1 Thopter, it's over. But her pump, target artifact creature, like...
Yeah, I guess it's just artifact creature.
Could we build her, like, Mobilize?
Mm.
You know, there's a decent number of red creatures with Mobilize. Is that an option there?
Maybe.
Like, how easy is it for an artifact creature to not get blockable, right? Or to be unblocked. So you could just pump her, like use her as a pump spell.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't require tapping. I mean, it's only +1/+0, but if you have 40 treasures just lying around,
True. True. You could build her like mirrors.
you
Mirrors
could
might be
build
a
her
neat.
mirrors. That's true. There's a decent number of like Chief of the Foundry or type effects that give you extra bonuses. There's tons of red artifact creatures, I believe, aren't there?
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, combustible gear Hulk. Just like looking through the cards that they have.
Actually, there really aren't many red artifact creatures.
I guess not. Excuse me.
But for a face commander, I mean, she's 2 and a red for a 2/2 to potentially buff up something.
I think the fact that it's not tap and it's +1/+0, but still, that's pretty decent, right? Like,
I mean, Shivan Dragon was super good, and that was a red pump, right?
sure.
So the fact that Shivan Dragon only buffs itself it's 1 red for a Shivan Dragon, right? But the fact that she can pump whatever you want, as long as it's an artifact,
Hmm.
I think is actually better because like you can swing a bunch of cheapo artifacts through, and one could get through, and then she just pumps the crap out of it.
Or hear me out, Chris. You pump the crap out of an artifact and then you bosh them.
You could toss them,
Bosh.
fling, bosh.
Bosh Iron Golem.
Oh, I don't want that. Why would I have gotten that reference?
Bosh? Even I know what Bosh is. Or who Bosh
The
is.
way you said it, though.
Oh, that have you not? Okay, so that was also a different reference. You never heard that one like random weird guy? He's British and he just eats a shit ton of food, and he's like, "We're gonna eat this mush."
No.
We have very different algorithms.
But no, you're right. So Bosch's ability is basically fling.
Yes.
So yes, I think that's also good. You could pump the crap out of something and just throw it. I'm fully on board for that too. So you definitely have options with her. Like,
Yep.
technically, I think I can argue that she passes the bear test because for 3 mana she brings a total of 3 power and 3 toughness to the board.
I guess with a Thopter, yeah. I guess that's true.
And usually getting 2 creatures for the cost of 1 creature is a net boon. But if I'm building a Thopter deck, I'm just building Psy.
Yeah.
They're blue. So you have to build Pia Nalar more creatively and not just Thopters. I think you are focusing on obviously just straight mono red artifact, which is obviously what she's built around.
Yeah. It could be interesting though.
Mm-hmm. But there's a decent number of cards that would work with her. Some of the high synergy cards here: Pia's Revolution, Reckless Fireweaver. You're making a ton of artifacts. You might as well get a little ping damage out of it. Loyal Apprentice. Pia and Kieran Nalar. Let's bring her husband into it.
She was lonely.
She was a bit lonely.
And this one makes 2 Thopters. Ugh.
Is there a combo? There's got to be a combo with Mirror Retriever.
Oh yeah, there's mirror. It's like scrap trawler or scrap bot or something like that, and mirror retriever.
Surprisingly, it doesn't show it here.
I think I have it in my Brea deck.
How does this work?
Yes, scrap trawler, Clark Cran.
Well, this is cool how they did this. Oh, that's fun. Here's a fun little combo right here. I didn't even think about this one. Brass's Bounty and Reiterate. So Brass's Bounty have at least 7 lands and 13 mana available. And Reiterate. So you cast Brass's Bounty. you cast Reiterate, buying it back, copying Brass's bounty to make 7 treasures, and then use 6 treasures to recast Reiterate, netting a treasure every single time.
Okay.
And then you make infinite treasure that way. That's a fun little combo there.
Yeah, I mean, with Psy, it's Mirror Retriever, Scrap Trawler, and then just any altar. So Ashnod's or Clark.
Some way to get rid of that creature.
Yeah, so you just get rid of one.
What's your Mirror Retriever? What's the other one?
Scrap Trawler.
Whenever return to your hand, target artifact card in your graveyard with a lesser mana value. So as long as you are net, like you have mana to do it, right?
Well, so that's why you use Ashnod's or Clark's Clan Ironworks. So you sack Mirror Retriever, Scrap Trawler puts it back into your hand. You now have 2 mana. You sack Scrap Trawler to Ashnod's altar.
Hold on 1 second. What's up?
What? Did you just have Amazon deliver at 9:30 p.m. and scared the bejesus out of me?
They had delivery.
I saw a strange man coming to the door in the dark. I ran away from the door.
They did.
My phone's upstairs, so I couldn't see the door. I'm terrified.
They did same day delivery today.
What even is this that scared the poop out of me?
It's clothing. And possibly possibly shampoo for Lily.
Okay, well, it scared the heck out of me.
I'm sorry.
I thought we were being...
Chris is in trouble.
No, I mean, what am I gonna do? Go yell at Amazon? Hey, Jeff.
The light was off. Like, it scared me so bad.
I'm glad you survived.
That's my defense running, so now we know.
Oh, good. Evie's defense is running.
Sick.
Evie, you want to give your opinion on Pia Nalar?
No.
All right.
I think we've given enough about Pia Nalar anyway.
Yeah, she's fine. We've started talking about a combo that she doesn't
not
have anything to
involved
do
in
with.
Nalar.
Yeah.
All right. Overall, though, like I would say, honestly, Lady Evangela was probably the most interesting of what we covered today.
For today, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
You mean it wasn't Holsten von Thurster's or whatever his name was?
what was his name?
I don't even remember, dude. Like Torsten von Ursus, I think it was.
von Ursus. Torsten. It's just Torsten.
Torsten
von Ursus. More like Torsten von Suckus.
Boo. That was
Anyway.
so bad. Can you edit that out?
No, that's the episode name.
Oh god. No,
Torsten
if
von
that is the
Suckus.
I won't stand for it.
Well, you let me edit, so that's on you.
I didn't let you edit.
Let me hit the logs. Let me hit the logs where
There's let and like told you needed to edit
you
in case
said,
I got
"All right,
called.
Then you're editing. And
Yes,
I
that's not
said-
letting, that's forcing.
Yeah, well, okay, then you're forcing me to pick the episode name by forcing
No, I'm
me
not.
to edit.
That is not the case.
I miss this.
Do you?
I
wish I was
this.
back in Italy.
What a magical time having you back. I'm just
Wine is
smiling.
so expensive here.
I know. Well, no, good wine is.
Yes.
Yeah, go get yourself some Sutter Island.
No, I don't want to
Or
die.
Sutter Home or Barefoot.
Sutterhome?
Sutton, whatever. Sutter Home. Get yourself a Nebuchadnezzar of Barefoot. You'll never need wine again.
What the fuck is a Nebuchadnezzar of Barefoot?
A 25-liter bottle, brother.
Is that really what they're
Yeah.
called? I had no idea. A Nebuchadnezzar?
Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah, that's
Wine.
good luck spelling that.
15 liter. Sorry. Here's the
Still
size. Wine bottle. So they go. There we go. They start at a piccolo. They go to a quarter, a chopin, a demi, a tenth. A clavelin, a standard bottle, is 0.75 liters. Then you get a fifth, which is 1/5 of a U.S. gallon. A liter, a magnum, which is 1.5 liter. A
Magnum.
Marie Jean. Okay. A double
What?
magnum.
Double magnum.
A Jeroboam, which is either 3.0 or 4.5, depending on which area of the world you're in. There's a Rehoboam, the Mackenzie at 5, the Imperial at 6, the Methuselah at 6 liters. At 9, you get the Salmanazar. 12 liters, you get the Balthazar or Belshazzar. 15 liters, you get the Nebuchadnezzar.
We've run out of content, guys. We're just reading off wine sizes to you.
How come you haven't gotten a Sovereign? 26.25 liters.
Where would I even put that?
Somewhere in your house.
I don't drink that much, Chris. I'm not like
You
I'm not
about price of wine, so buy in bulk.
that would still be fucking expensive.
It's always about you.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Take me back.
Anyway, well, I think that does it for today, right? We did our 6. We had fun. We had a good time, Timmy.
You had fun.
I miss Magic content, man. We gotta do more Magic content sometimes. I will say there was like a 3-week period because we did a bunch of episodes in a row. There was like a 2.5-week period we didn't do Magic, and I was itching for it. Sorry to say.
How dare you?
How dare I itched?
Okay, well, I didn't need.
What? You got a problem with?
All right,
itching?
let's end at least the recording portion.
Okay.
So our poor listeners still will listen to us next time.
Okay. Be sure to check out more of this stupid content every Monday and Thursday on our Twitch stream.
Yeah, you can see it live.
You can watch this unfolding live.
You could watch this live and then listen to the recording afterwards and be like, I remember when they said that.
I was there.
I was there.
That was me. Anyway. All right. Tim, welcome home. Happy to have you
Thanks.
back. So,
Thanks.
I
was going to say, it's good to be back.
Is it?
No.
Well, if it's any consolation, I spent the last few days heavily working on a playground for my son. And the good news is I got it finished.
Proud of you.
Thank you. That was a lot of work. I mean, it was like a pre-drilled kit, but like it still was a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, a pre-drilled kit of something that big is still a crap ton. Like, it would have taken you 5 days had it not been pre-drilled.
Oh, yeah. There were still some holes I had to drill, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like, every once in a while, they'd hit you with, like, a step that's like, using the hole from this board as a guide, drill a 3/16 bit through this piece of wood. And I was like,
So it's only semi-pre-drilled.
I had to drill maybe 20 holes.
That's a lot.
That's not that many. When there
Look,
were like 600 holes on this thing.
Did it say that you needed a drill?
Yeah.
In the instructions?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? I'm hand cranking this thing?
Well, I don't know, man. What if you bought it? It says it's pre-drilled, and you're like, sick. I don't need to drill any holes. I don't have a hand drill or a power drill. I just got one of those curly Q ones.
Oh my god. Okay, now this is dumb content. You have a power drill when you assemble major pieces of furniture or playground.
I'm just saying it said pre-drilled, but that was a misleading title.
That's not true. They did say in the instructions you should have these tools, and one of them was a 3/8 drill bit, and one was a 3/16 drill bit.
Well, whatever.
Thanks, Tim. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Chris.
And I'm Tim.
And this is Casual Commander.
And we love you.